Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another week here in our garden in Anguilla. My name is Abby, and I warmly welcome you to the Northern Caribbean. Now, you can see the squashes, they are growing along. The pumpkins are looking a little, less than I would like them to look, but the locals have warned me that the cucurbit family, the pumpkin family, they get attacked by worms on this side of the Caribbean. So I'm coming through looking for the worms, and here we found one of them. So I always say it's good to ask the locals, people who are accustomed growing in an area if you're new to gardening, and it helps you out a lot. Now, I have not planted the yams as yet, and I am going to plant these yams today. It's not on the calendar today for planting root vegetables, but the locals said because of Anguilla's arid climate, it's best to get things in the ground with this moon phase. So I'm getting these yams in, guys, before they go bad on me. So as you can see, I'm digging and I'm putting the yams, and I am covering them with ash. This is to deter any pests from attacking the roots right away. So it's giving, it's like a bit of protection for the root to get started. So I really hope that these yams grow, and I think it's 9 months a yam takes to mature. In 9 months, hopefully we would have some calories to eat. The ducklings, I'm here to report, are still here with us, and they are so darn cute. They are so beautiful, and I'm learning how to care for them. I'm watching a bunch of videos how to care for the ducks. I'm treating them the same way as I know chickens like to be treated, and so far it's working out. As you can see here, I've started my new set of seeds, and I'm giving them a bit of hydration for the morning. Now, these are things that I do on the morning. I get the animals fed. I tackle the little garden projects that I can tackle in the morning right away before I get school started with the children. In this case here, I have some fine thyme that I want to plant this evening, and I'm just getting these tires all filled up because on this slope here is a bunch of gravel, a bunch of rock, and so the tires will be good to hold the sandy soil and for me to plant the thyme in, and I hope that the thyme grows well in this corner. Even though it's raining, I have to, talk to myself, say, fight it, don't plant out the seedlings just yet. Wait for this evening where the sun doesn't come back out and scorch your baby plant. So I am just fighting it, guys. Even though a part of me wants to get in the rain and plant out these seedlings, I'm gonna wait for this evening and I'm gonna pop them in. Good morning, guys. Today is Friday. I don't remember what the date is, but today is Friday, and I didn't do much this week at all. I started um, doing actual physical labor in the garden yesterday, Thursday, and that's because my body is so sore from all the digging and contouring and shoveling and wheelbarrowing. So I needed to listen to my body and just slow down a bit. So for the first couple of days, I sowed some seeds. I tried to, keep the seedlings healthy. So that's what I was focusing on. So yesterday, I put the fine thyme into their forever home in some tires alongside the step down into the garden, and I find it looks really good. I just need to get some portulacas, I think, on the side of the tires next to the step would just finish it off, but that's another project because that requires digging. So this morning I am down here in the garden, and I'm here to check on some seeds that I sowed. I sowed some carrot seeds as well as some beans, and the locals here said to cover your seeds with some kind of mesh or cloth or something to keep the lizards out, because the lizards like to come and dig and steal your seeds. So I've done that, because the first set of seeds that I sown, especially for the beans, um I didn't cover it. I didn't listen. And I came checking, looking for germination. I could not find one bean, not one seed for the beans. So I re-sowed those and I cover them. So I'm going to share with you what it looks like. Of course, with carrots, when you sow the seed, it is best to cover them with something that helps to retain the moisture and aids with germination. With those, it's been about 4 or 5 days. So I'm just checking every day from now until I see germination, so I will know when I could pull off the board. Yeah, so this is what I've done. I've chosen to put beans in this bed here, and I've put carrots in this bed here near the sprinkler system. So where you see the boards is the 3 rows. I put 3 rows of carrots here, and I really hope that they come along, that they germinate, that the seeds are viable. And so we're going to try moving. I've used what I could. As you can see, I use a broken piece of tile. Yep, I am seeing germination happening there. Can you see those little tiny roots on the carrots? So not just yet. We're not going to raise them up just yet. Those long little seedlings that you see there, those are not carrots. Those are weeds. So germination is happening with the carrots. Yay! As you see, I use what I could find, guys. Gardening it's not a difficult thing. You don't need to have all the gadgets in the world. Just use what you have. So I'm looking to see no lizards, seeing a cricket, still seeing some of my seeds. Yes, I'm seeing some of my seeds. So yeah, so germination is happening over there. Let's come over to the bean bed and see what's happening over here. So one thing I'm seeing right away, downside of sandy soil, is that the soil has washed away from around the bean seed. So as you can see, the beans, the sandy loam has washed away. So we're going to have to push these back in. With the rains, we had a good rainfall yesterday. So with the rain, the sand has washed away from around the bean. So where I'm seeing the bean, I'm going to pop them back in, and I'm going to cover back down this bed so that nothing takes my seed. Mosquitoes are out. Oh my gosh. I went and got my mosquito bat, because you see this grass here, guys? This is called nut bush. I got to come in here with a shovel to get the actual nut, or that will forever be in this garden bed. I'm noticing a lot of nut grass in this bed. So that's this bean bed right here. So yes, my beans are still here. So that's good to see. It's good to see that the bean bed is still there. So I'm going to cover that back up, and we're going to prepare some regular dirt with some rabbit manure and some old potting soil, and we're going to put that into a seedling tray, and we're going to get some seeds planted into it. Oh my God. Woo! With all those rains, the zucchini is looking so much better. I have to come through and check for worms this morning. All the butternut squash, they're looking so good. They're doing really good, guys. Food is loading. And on this side, the pumpkin, yeah, they look so good. They look better today after a rain. Rain really does help out the plants. So it looks really good. I planted some corns here. This was a pepper tree that I was trying to save to see if I could get some productivity from it. but it is yellow. I think I will try giving it some Epsom salts because I've given it rabbit manure and yet it's still yellowing. So I will give it some Epsom salts. I'm seeing that it have some buds in there, but I'll give it some Epsom salts to see if it is deficient in magnesium. Yes, you're seeing corn popping up inside there. Very good, very nice. So you can see I'm listening to the locals. I'm covering my seeds. And we also have some wild chickens here, guys. So you got some germination there. We'll see what kind of germination rate we will get out of these corns. These corns are actually the orchard baby that I saved, the crop that I saved. That's what I've been planting because it's an heirloom variety. And I'm so glad, yeah. So it's orchard baby corn. You can see that there if you can understand my handwriting. A scribbly handwriting, so I put this tag right here. So this is an heirloom variety, and I'm planting only this corn right now because I wanted to keep a corn that I can save on my own and still get that sweet corn. So I really want to keep this variety with me. So I want to be able to leave a couple of cobs for seed in the future. So, you know, I won't always have to buy sweet corn seeds. We know the bantam and the silver beet, the silver queen and stuff like that. Those are hybrids. But this one is a heirloom, which means every time I save seed, I will get back a sweet corn. So yeah, let's go and get these seeds into some seedling trays. So hot, guys. So hot. You know, I kept this amaranth here for seed, and I also planted some amaranth. I think it was the green amaranth, but it was the red. I think I'll keep the red for the chickens because the chickens love anything that's red. I'm just gonna broadcast these seeds right here in the ground here, and so make this bed a bhaji bed. So this would be like a spinach bed. Yeah, let's see what comes of that. Let's see what comes of that, man. Okay, so we have, let's see how much bhaji. You gotta remind me if I forget and I come through and I keep cleaning this bed. I have to remember that this bed has bhaji in it. All right, the next thing planted. I'm just taking in this, how this garden looks, because this is going to change pretty soon. It's going to turn into a place full of production, and we're going to do it together. So I'm just doing this as a, you know, a diary, so that we will have something to look back to see what it looked like before and what it would look like later down. So excited, so much to do, so much to do. As I said earlier, I'm using regular local soil, the sandy loam. I've used some old potting mix and rabbit manure in order to fill in these seedling trays. And I needed a lot because we have a lot of transplanting to do this morning. I'm going to be taking it easy, guys, for the next couple of days. As I said, I am super sore, and it wouldn't be wise for me to keep pushing myself to the point where I won't be of no use to myself. So let me mix up this and get this into some seedling trays. All right, so we're all set up. I'm going to tell you immediately, sorry for the background noise. The neighbors are up and about, so everybody's doing their landscaping and what's not. So I want to show you my cheat sheet This is the napkin method. Now I had some sweet peppers seeds that did not do well at all, and I did not have any more. So I couldn't find any seeds. So what did I do? I used some sweet peppers from the grocery store. Now you cannot use a green sweet pepper and hope for good germination, because a green sweet pepper is essentially an unripe bell pepper or unripe pepper. So if you want to use seeds from a sweet pepper from the grocery store, you need to use a colored one. Orange, yellow, red, those colors, those are the seeds you're going to want to use in order to get germination from a sweet pepper seed. I mean, you can use some green belt, so they would have been picked just before starting to ripen, so the seeds would have been fully developed, and you may get some viability from that. But from a grocery store, you you generally are getting unripe sweet peppers. So getting germination from a supermarket variety sweet pepper, you want to get the colored ones. This one I have here is an orange sweet pepper, and I also had a red sweet pepper. Now I use the napkin method because I planted those seeds quite a while back and I was not seeing any germination, and I started to get worried because sweet peppers is a big part of Caribbean cuisine. So this is essential, guys. So yeah, so I took some of the seeds from the sweet pepper. First thing I did is that I let it dry for 3 days before putting it in the napkin method. The reason being is that you will get molding. You will get molding on the seeds and stuff like that. But this doesn't worry me at all. This casing will all fall off and the plant will continue to grow pretty good. But this is the napkin method that I did because of nervousness. I wanted to ensure that I had some sweet pepper plants. So as you can see, there are quite a bit here. And we have this whole seedling tray to fill up. This is a tray of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 50 plants. So if I can get 50 sweet pepper plants, that would be very, very, very good. Very, very good. So let me get to putting these seeds into the soil. So I tend to take up gently, because once you break these roots, that's it will no longer grow. This is the tap root, and I would make my indentation. I need to get my pencil or something, and I would stick that in there and let the soil be nice and moist, and that's it. That's going to continue growing, and that's going to grow into a sweet pepper plant. So there are a couple of things you can use from the grocery store to, get your garden started right away. Again, if you don't have money where you could buy a pack of seed, or it's not readily available to you, and you tasted something in the grocery store that you like, you can buy and scrape the seeds out, put it to dry, and use it in your garden. So some of the things that you can use are like melons. Definitely not cucumbers. Cucumbers in the grocery store is an immature fruit, so you will never get germination from a cucumber from the grocery store. Um, Sweet peppers, like I mentioned 2 weeks ago, I use my fine thyme, your scallion. What else can we use? Of course, lemon, pieces of sweet potato. There's so many different things. Pumpkins, all the squashes, you can use their seed in your garden. You may not get exactly what you purchase in the supermarket, because those fruits may be a hybrid, came from a hybrid seed, and so the genetics of the new seed may not be the same. So it's a give or take, but you can definitely try it. It wouldn't be too far off from the parent, that I can say, but you wouldn't get exactly the same thing. So sweet peppers, you've got to use the colored ones if you want to use it for seed. I'm racking my brain. Tomatoes, you can use that from the grocery store. Um, yeah, guys. So there's so many things that you can use from your kitchen, from the grocery store. You use money to buy food to eat, and you can use the seed from the fruit to create your new garden. Right now, as I always mention, guys, I am about sharing with persons that gardening is quite attainable and it can be quite inexpensive if you let it be inexpensive. So in this case, my seeds that I bought did not germinate, but these ones from this grocery store sweet pepper germinated. I'm excited because this is an orange sweet pepper. I also germinated the red one, and I have a yellow one inside the fridge. And this is tickling my fancy to get some yellow into the garden as well, so that we can have those rainbow colors in the house. How neat would that be? You guys, the background noise got to me. So I paused until it could get quiet again. And in the meantime, I took out some cauliflower and pak choice seeds that I did in my cheap napkin method. And I just want to show you my onion seeds, because onion seeds is, for some people it's easy to germinate, but others is a bit challenging. In the tropics, I can tell you for sure that insects seem to be drawn to the onion seeds, and they tend to get eaten a lot by the insects. So I've started in a container some onion seeds with regular soil, and I probably, out of an entire pack, I got about 3 or 4 germinated. So I went back to my cheap method, and I'm using the napkin method in order to germinate the onion seeds. And now that they've germinated, I'm going to pop them into the soil. I found better success doing that with the onions, especially here in the tropics. So let me show it to you. We're always looking for ways to make our life easier. So this is my onion seeds here, guys, and you can see that they've germinated really good. I'm hoping to at least have 75 onions here, but you know, time will tell. I don't have much space left on my seedling tray. I've already used 2 rows for cauliflower. You can see the cauliflower there. So I have these 3 rows, so that's 30 cells, and I'm hoping I can get at least 4 onions per cell. And when we're ready to transplant, onion can take a bit of roughing up when it's time to transplant, but I want to get all of these cells filled up. Hopefully I have enough to do that. Yeah, so that's my morning today, guys. My body is hurting so much, so much, because of all the digging and shoveling and pushing the wheelbarrow. So I need to take a break from all that heavy lifting. So I'm just focusing on this part. This part is also equally important when it comes to gardening, getting your seedlings off to a good start. I also created another home because the first protection for the seedling is all filled up with seedlings, and I need to make another one for these new trays that I'm putting out today. So guys, this is where we're going to part ways. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Well, this entire week. And I really didn't do much, guys. I did do some things, but most of my work was done on Thursday and today, which is Friday. And I'm going to be taking a rest for the rest of the weekend because my shoulders feel quite taut, quite tight. And I'm just going to rest it, ice it and rest it and get ready for the next week. Thank you. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a big thumbs up, a big seedling thumbs up, and well as share the video with your friends and family. You're trying to bite me, mosquito. Share the video with your friends and family. to and also hit that all notification bell so that every time I post a video, you would be notified that I dropped something down in the feed for you and your family to learn something. All right. Thank you again. I appreciate every one of you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.